Hi, welcome back to ShotokuTech. While I'm looking forward to opening the box for the Lilygo T-Watch 2021, I want to pay homage to that which came before it. This is Paul's 3D Things Open-SmartWatch from Lilygo. Look for the links in the description below. Paul's 3D Things had put forth this incredible project that you can approach from any level of challenge that you choose. If you want to start from the printed circuit board up, all the information is here for you to do it. I'm going to stay with the novice level and work with Paul's 3D Things Open-SmartWatch manufactured by Lilygo. My soldering skills just aren't up to the PC board level yet. But I do enjoy 3D printing, and Paul's 3D Things Open-SmartWatch does not disappoint here. Included in the project are all the STL files you need to make this into a wristwatch. If you're into 3D printing, leave a comment down below whether you're always asking for the STLs or you're always sick of people asking for the STLs. For Paul's 3D Things Open-SmartWatch, you have several options. First, this is the light version of Paul's 3D Things Open-SmartWatch. Next, you can choose between a round LiPo battery or a square one. I only seem to be able to find the round battery on AliExpress. I'm going with the square battery option. And while I don't have this 30-30-35 square LiPo battery on hand, I have a smaller one here that will make do while the specified battery is being shipped. There are a few more options. You can print your own watch band or print the parts that accept a standard 20mm watch band. I like my gadget wraps on my smart watches, so I'm going that route. Finally, you can choose to print a bezel that will allow you to insert a glass watch crystal or just have Paul's 3D Things Open-SmartWatch exposed directly. I'm going with the direct route. So these are the parts I'm printing. Here are the Cura settings I'm using: 02 layer height, 08 wall thickness, 100% infill. This is Hobby King Clear PLA, so 200 degrees centigrade on the hot end, 60 degrees centigrade on the hotbed. And because these are detailed parts, I'm printing real slow at 30 millimeters per second. The fan kicks in at 25% after the first millimeter on the Z-axis. I like tree supports on fine detailed overhangs. No bed adhesion is needed. Kudos to Paul's 3D Things on these parts. The detail is incredible. I was worried a bit about whether my printer would render these accurately, if the plastic wouldn't undergo some shrinkage, etc. But I find that if I keep the watch level with the case, it will fit in correctly. The 3D printed buttons are an excellent detail. I did spend a fair bit of time with an emery board and an X-Acto blade getting the buttons to fit just right. Still, the overall fit of the parts is very rewarding. Let's solder this battery to the board. Work carefully not to short the battery out. That's real bad for LiPos. Paul's example used a touch of hot glue to secure the wires after you solder them. Just make sure not to put too much of that on because it might get in the way of a good fit. Now let's put it all together. I used a drill to remount the holes for the screws on the middle piece, piece number 2 of the case. I want the screws to pass cleanly through the second layer so that it gets cinched tightly to the back of the case, part number 3. Insert the buttons into their openings from the inside. Keep the watch level as you fit it into the case with the USB port aligned with its opening in the case. Make sure the micro switches on the board don't get snagged on the buttons. I did bust one of the reset switches on one of my Paul's 3D Open smartwatches. It still works though. The back of the watch fits snugly onto the body. Now secure the bezel with 4 M2 10mm screws. Attach the band and we have the physical watch assembled. Now let's get digital. Yes, the watch ships with decent functional firmware, but we want to make sure we get everything that Paul's 3D Open Smartwatch Lite has to offer. The firmware is installed via VS Code, PlatformIO, and Git. If you want step-by-step installation instructions for VS Code, PlatformIO, and Git, make sure to watch My-TTGO-Watch on TWatch 2020 V2 step-by-step installation right here on the ShotokuTech channel. You also need the CH340 USB to serial driver. This is the official site here for downloading that. I'm using the command prompt to make a directory on my local C drive. Let's change to that directory. Now we copy and paste this command into the command prompt. This downloads the Open SmartWatch firmware project using Git. I have the Open SmartWatch Lite version 3.2, which is compatible with the step counter and Wi-Fi features. We need to edit this config.h.example text file by adding our Wi-Fi SSID and password, and a little lower we want our time zone offset entered here. Now save config.h.example.txt as config h. Open VS Code and wait for PlatformIO to open. Now let's load the Open SmartWatch project. At the bottom here, you can click to choose the Lite version of the watch firmware. Before you try to upload the firmware, you need to put the Open SmartWatch into flash mode. Hold the lower left button 1 down while you press the reset button, and you will see the watch face go blank while it is still backlit. Back in VS Code, you can either click the build button to build and upload the firmware to your watch, or you can open a PlatformIO terminal by clicking here and run this command from the Open SmartWatch directions. Either way you choose to flash the firmware, it goes fairly quick. Hey, look, it's done. The hard work is behind us now. We can check out the features of this watch. Button 1 on the lower left side below the USB port does a lot. Pressing this button switches between 3 watch faces. Analog with step count is shown as a blue ring around the face of the watch. Digital with full date and step count. This fun watch face has time in binary and step count in hex. The watch goes to sleep on its own. Tap the screen twice or shake your wrist to wake it up. Button 1 long press and hold puts the watch to sleep. You'll need to press button 1 again to wake up if you do this. Now long hold and release switches between stopwatch, this cool leveling app in case you need to check that something is level, and finally you come to the configuration app. To manually set the time and date, press button 1 again. Press button 2 on the lower right to enter manual settings. Now, the connected configuration option turns the watch's Wi-Fi on, and you can see the IP address of the watch along with the admin password on the display. Browse to this IP address on your computer. Enter the admin username and password, and a web page is served up from the Open SmartWatch that gives you access to all of these settings. That's nice. All in all, this is a challenging project, but the results are well worth it. Kudos to Paul's 3D Things for a well-designed ESP32 and display combination, detailed 3D printed parts, and solid firmware. This is truly the DIY hobbyist watch you'll want to wear. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Give this video a like, And before you go on to check out more of my DIY smartwatch videos, please click on subscribe. Thank you very much.